Welcome to Luck Scout Mindfulness. Our minds are powerful. They are the engines that drive our thoughts, the architects of our emotions, and the directors of our actions. They shape our thoughts, feelings, and actions, influencing every aspect of our lives, from the mundane to the extraordinary. But sometimes our minds can become our own worst enemies. They can trap us in a web of self-doubt and fear, casting long shadows over our daily existence. We get caught in cycles of negativity, replaying our failures and shortcomings over and over again. We dwell on past mistakes and anxieties about the future, allowing them to rob us of our present peace and joy. This internal struggle can create immense suffering, often more so than any external circumstance. The battles we fight within our minds can be the hardest to overcome. We allow our thoughts to control us, leading to unnecessary stress and unhappiness. The weight of our own expectations and fears can be overwhelming. It's time to recognize the power of our minds and learn to harness it for good. By practicing mindfulness and self-awareness, we can begin to shift our mental landscape. We must remember that we are not our thoughts. We have the ability to observe them without becoming entangled in them. We have the power to choose which thoughts we entertain and which ones we let go of. This choice is a powerful tool in creating a more fulfilling life. Just as we tend to a garden, pulling out weeds and nurturing the flowers, we can cultivate a more positive and peaceful internal landscape. Through consistent effort and practice, we can transform our minds. Mindfulness, meditation, and positive affirmations are just a few tools that can help us on this journey. It takes effort and practice, but the rewards are immeasurable. A mind at peace is a powerful ally, capable of achieving great things and finding joy in the simplest moments. How often do we find ourselves trapped in a cycle of what-ifs? What if I fail? What if I make a mistake that I can't fix? These questions can be relentless. What if I'm not good enough? What if I don't meet expectations? The fear of inadequacy can be paralyzing. What if something bad happens? What if I lose everything I've worked for? The uncertainty of the future can be overwhelming. These questions plague our minds, creating a constant state of worry and anxiety. We imagine worst-case scenarios, often blowing things out of proportion. We replay past mistakes over and over again, as if reliving them could somehow change the outcome. Regret becomes a heavy burden. This mental chatter can be exhausting and debilitating. It drains our energy and leaves us feeling defeated before we've even begun. The truth is, most of the things we worry about never come to pass. Our minds create these scenarios, but they rarely become reality. We spend countless hours agonizing over hypothetical situations that steal our joy in the present moment. We miss out on the here and now. These what-ifs are like phantom monsters lurking in the shadows of our minds. They are intangible, yet they feel so real. They are not real, yet we give them power by entertaining them. By acknowledging their presence and choosing to let them go, we can reclaim our peace and focus on what truly matters. While our minds race with anxieties, the external world often remains calm. The hustle and bustle of our daily lives can make it difficult to notice the serene moments that are always around us. The sun continues to rise and set, painting the sky with hues of orange and pink, reminding us of the constant beauty in the world. Birds sing their morning songs, filling the air with melodies. Life goes on in its own rhythm, undisturbed by our inner chaos. We often miss the beauty and peace of the present moment because we are too caught up in our thoughts. Our minds are preoccupied with worries about the future or regrets about the past. We fail to appreciate the simple things, like a warm breeze or a good cup of coffee, because our minds are elsewhere. These small moments of joy are often overlooked. It's time to shift our focus from the turmoil within to the tranquility that surrounds us. By being mindful, we can start to notice the calming aspects of our environment. When we ground ourselves in the present moment, we can break free from the grip of our worries. Mindfulness practices like meditation and deep breathing can help us stay anchored. We can appreciate the beauty that already exists in our lives. The blooming flowers, the vibrant colors of a sunset, and the simple act of smiling can bring us immense joy. We can find peace within ourselves and connect more deeply with the world around us. By embracing the present, we open ourselves to a more fulfilling and serene life. Worrying about unlikely disasters is like trying to hold back the tide. It's an exercise in futility. We cannot control everything that happens to us. Life is inherently unpredictable. Trying to micromanage every aspect of our lives only leads to more stress and anxiety. It's essential to acknowledge that there will always be things beyond our control. Instead of wasting energy on things we cannot change, let's focus on what we can. We can choose how we respond to challenges. We can cultivate resilience and adaptability. We can learn from our mistakes and grow stronger. When we accept the uncertainty of life, we free ourselves from the burden of trying to control the uncontrollable. The first step to overcoming negative thinking is acknowledging its presence. We all have an inner critic, a voice in our heads that whispers doubts and fears. This voice might tell us we're not good enough, smart enough, or worthy of love. It can be relentless and cruel, chipping away at our self-esteem and confidence. It's important to remember that this inner critic is not who we are. It's a product of our past experiences, insecurities, and negative self-beliefs. By becoming aware of this voice and the messages it feeds us, we can begin to challenge and silence it. Just as a photographer chooses a specific lens to capture a particular image, we can choose to view the world through a positive lens. This means focusing on the good, even in challenging situations. It means looking for opportunities for growth and learning. It means cultivating an attitude of gratitude for the blessings in our lives. Choosing a positive lens doesn't mean ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. It simply means shifting our perspective. It means choosing to see the glass as half full rather than half empty. It means approaching life with hope, optimism, and a belief in our ability to overcome challenges. Cultivating a positive mindset is an ongoing journey, not a destination. It requires consistent effort and vigilance. Just as we wouldn't expect to run a marathon after one day of training, we can't expect to transform our thinking overnight. It takes time, patience, and a willingness to challenge our negative thought patterns. There will be days when negativity creeps back in. There will be moments of doubt and discouragement. The key is to recognize these moments for what they are, temporary setbacks on a larger journey. We can acknowledge our negative thoughts without letting them consume us. We can choose to refocus on the positive and continue moving forward. Sometimes the journey to overcome negativity requires more than self-help strategies. If you find yourself struggling with deep-seated negativity, anxiety, or depression, it's essential to seek professional help. A therapist can provide you with the tools and support you need to navigate these challenges. There's no shame in seeking help. In fact, it's a sign of strength and self-awareness. Just as we wouldn't hesitate to see a doctor for a physical ailment, we shouldn't hesitate to seek professional help for our mental health. One of the most effective ways to maintain a positive focus is to embrace a life of purpose. When we have something meaningful to strive for, something that ignites our passion and brings us joy, negativity loses its grip. Our purpose gives us a reason to get out of bed each morning. This purpose might be related to our work, our relationships, our hobbies, or our contributions to the world. It doesn't have to be grandiose or world-changing. What matters is that it resonates with our values and inspires us to live our best lives. Gratitude is a powerful antidote to negativity. When we focus on what we're grateful for, it shifts our attention away from what's wrong and towards what's right. Gratitude helps us appreciate the good in our lives, even amidst challenges. It fosters a sense of contentment and well-being. We can cultivate gratitude by taking a few minutes each day to reflect on the things we're thankful for. We can keep a gratitude journal, write thank you notes, or simply express our appreciation to the people we love. Ultimately, the key to overcoming suffering lies in finding peace within ourselves. This peace comes from recognizing that we are not our thoughts. It comes from learning to observe our thoughts without judgment and choosing which ones to entertain. It comes from understanding that true happiness is not dependent on external circumstances, but rather on our internal state of being. When we cultivate a positive mindset, practice gratitude, and embrace a life of purpose, we create a foundation for lasting peace and fulfillment. We discover that true joy comes not from chasing after fleeting pleasures, but from cultivating inner peace and contentment. Please like this video, share it with others, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.